kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
You have just tuned in to the Mag Nerd Podcast, your home for everything in music, anime, and gaming. What is up, guys? Show Enough the King here, back with another video, and today it is a momentous motherfucking day. You know why? Because the GOAT is back. Bleach Kurosaki motherfucking Ichigo is back, baby. Woo! Like, yo, I gotta admit, guys, like, I am super excited, man. Like, Bleach has been one of my favorite animes, one of my favorite mangas of all time. Like, I'm one of the OGs who started his channel so many years ago, over a decade ago, who started his channel based off of Naruto, Bleach. That was my bread and butter right there. Like, I used to when the manga was out, used to review every single episode, every single chapter, and that's how I got the main base of my fans when I first started doing YouTube. And back in 2012, I think, is when the last episode of Bleach aired before it was canceled. And right around that time, I think, let me make sure. So yeah, right around that time, I believe, like right around 2012, the Bleach anime had ended, but we were still going into the Thousand Year Blood War. The anime was canceled, but we knew that we were going to at least get the manga to kind of finish off the story. But by that time, I believe Naruto would go on for another 2 years. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Naruto ended in the manga ended in 2014. So right around that time, Bleach had already ended the anime, and we were already doing the Thousand Year Blood War arc. So that's what this is being adapted from. Now, again, back then it was really bad time for manga fans, because again, we all felt like Kubo was being rushed with this Thousand Year Blood War arc. Even though it had an amazing amount of things that happened in it, we just felt like it was rushed towards the end. And my hope is that this anime is going to rectify a lot of the things that we felt like Kubo didn't get a chance to do with this manga. So again, the way these reviews are going to work is going to kind of be freeform. I'm going to cover what chapters that the manga covered in the episode, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys a brief synopsis. There will be spoilers, but I won't talk about anything in the future. I will only cover what was in the chapters that were covered in these single episodes. So don't worry about spoilers if you haven't read the manga. But again, this will be spoilers for the first episode. And the first episode covers chapters 480 to 484. So the first four chapters are covered in this first episode. And man, oh man, was it good. So the episode starts with back in Soul Society. There are a lot of alarms blaring. Then we come to find out that there are hollows being killed in mass in Karakura Town. And again, you kind of see Kurotsuchi Mayuri. He's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. We all know what's going on. And then we get an introduction into the cast. We then ended up getting introduced to two temporary Shinigami who was taking over and were supposed to be the ones on guard for the Karakura Town. They ended up getting taken out by some hollows, and the gang kind of swarms in to rescue them. Then later on in the episode, we get introduced into the Wonderites, which are the Quincy, who are the main, antagonists for this actual series or this saga. Again, we get introduced to the characters. A lot of stuff happens, yada, yada, yada. Okay? That's my brief summary of the episode. Again, you guys can watch it to see the full details. Now, what I do want to talk about is the main thing I want to focus on is the differences, and then what my actual thoughts of the episode were. So the major difference that we noticed from the first four chapters is that they just move things around a little bit. So at the very beginning of the episode, you kind of see those same I shouldn't say substitute, the Shinigami that are taking over to protect Karakura Town, because they're not getting any lieutenants or captains like they used to back in the day. They just get like the regular, smegular Shinigami. So we get introduced to them, and they kind of show up, and we have this like beautiful, shots of them going around the city and then getting attacked by the Hollows and then running into Ichigo. Now, when they ran into Ichigo in the actual manga, you kind of get a situation where you see Ichigo show up and then the screen turns black and then you see the guy waking up in Ichigo's bed 2 days later, and then you kind of get the story later on what actually happened that night. Now, in the actual anime episode, it all happens. They show you what happened up front, and it is the first extended scene beyond the manga. And this is the kind of stuff that I wanted to see out of Tite Kubo and his team. I wanted him to not do a necessary mark for mark retelling of the manga. I wanted them to expand because, again, I want this thing to go on for seasons, because there is definitely enough content there to have this go at least 2 to 3 seasons and still have everything good. Now, what we ended up getting was, in this animalistic style, is that we just got everybody's introduction as they're killing the Hollows. So we got Orihime. She comes out. She uses her reject as a barrier and then uses it as an attack to kill some Hollows. And you get this little portrait of her. And then you get Uryu. He comes out and does his thing. And again, he gets his own little portrait that shows who he is. Chad comes out. He kills a bunch of Hollows and knocks them into this building and does the whole Del Muerte thing. And again, he gets his own little poster showing who he is, his own title card. And then, of course, we have this fucking amazing introduction for Ichigo, where he comes out and he does his Getsuga Tensho, and just the voice, the animation. Oh my god, the animation was just so fucking good. Oh my god, like it's guys, it was amazing. Amazing. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. So that happens. The episode goes on, and it pretty much after that pretty much mirrors what happens in the manga for the first 4 chapters. Now, the things that I wanted to highlight, like I said, the voice actors were spot on. It's like they rehired everybody from the show back in 2012. They all did an amazing job. Now, one thing I do want to pause and say is that if you guys have seen any of my TikToks, you will know that I kind of made a video a couple of days ago, about a week ago, talking about how upset I was that Bleach, the anime, is being aired exclusively on Hulu for American audiences and Disney Plus for people over in Japan. Now, me personally, I already made the decision that I was not going to pay and watch things on Hulu when they have commercials. Like, that is just a thing that I'm not going to do. So I have found other ways of watching Bleach, which actually ended up benefiting me, because I watched the first episode of Bleach, the Japanese version, and then I went and I was like, well, you know what? I think I still had that free trial to Hulu. Let me at least go see if the first episode is up on Hulu, to go and see the differences, to see if there was any, like, was it a higher quality? Was the voice acting better? Because, again, I know the Green Ranger from Power Rangers, Johnny Young Bosch, I believe his name is. I could be, correct me if I'm wrong. He does the voice for Ichigo in the American version, and I love him as a voice actor. But I was going to go on there and see if, how he compared to the Japanese version. So I click on Hulu, I go and I finally find Bleach. And for those who are looking for it, don't go looking for it under the original Bleach anime, because it's not there. It's its own thing. So it's going to be under Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. So that's how you're going to find it on Hulu, if that's how you choose to watch it. So I go there and I'm getting ready to check it out, and come to find out, you can't even watch it yet. I don't even know what the airtime is. It might be. I'm recording this on Monday, October 10th. But the Japanese version must have come out yesterday. So I watched it first thing this morning. I made myself some breakfast and I watched it. And again, don't even ask me where I watched it, because I'm not telling anybody, because I'm not trying to get the site taken down. But if you want to watch it before the Hulu premiere, you can find it if you look hard enough. But again, do not ask me where I watch it, because I'm not telling anybody. I'm not self-snitching on my site, because it's just too good to get it taken down by a bunch of y'all trying to talk about it for clout and get it taken down like I did Kiss Anime. I ain't forget about y'all motherfuckers. All right, anyway. So the other thing is that it's not even there. So even when Bleach was on Crunchyroll, at least it was a simulcast. So now it's not even a simulcast. So you're almost telling people to pirate it. It's the stupidest thing ever. Like, this is just another reason why I just do not fucks with this Hulu thing. But anyway, so all in all, I thought if I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this episode a 10 out of 10. Again, the animation was mwah, chef's fucking kiss. The voice acting was on point. The extra stuff that they added in, the action that they added in was amazing. And the one thing that I definitely think will benefit from this arc, because it was a darker arc, was the violence in this anime was kicked up a notch. Like I remember like when the old episodes of Bleach was going on and things like when Kenpachi was fighting the Espada, Nordic Toro, I believe it was, the one that had all the little arms. Like they used to cut out a lot of the violence in those episodes compared to what you saw in the manga. But no, in this thing, everything you see in the manga as far as the violence has been accurately represented in the actual anime. I would almost argue more so. So when the Wonder Reich break into Captain Jinrai Yusei from the head of the 13 Core Guard squads, and they kill one of the guys that was sending him a message about what's going on in the Rukon district. You see his head rolled on the floor. Like they show all of that. When his second in command gets shot through the chest and dies, like you see in painstaking detail the arrow going through his chest, blood splurting out everywhere. Like even at the end of the episode when Uebach chops off one of his own people's arms for fighting in his presence, you see his arm blast off and roll on the floor and just like blood everywhere. Whereas in like Bleach, and again I have to go back and check, but I do remember when Tosin had blew off Grimjow's arm. I know that there was really no blood that you really saw in that, but again, I think in the manga it was a lot more gruesomer than it was in the actual anime, and those are the kind of things that I'm talking about in reference to the differences. So, again, I'm saying this because again, I know later on when we get Zaraki motherfucking Kenpachi in this shit, it's going to be, oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, there's so many things that cannot. Episode 2, y'all wait for episode 2. Again, like I said, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but y'all wait till episode 2 when the shit hits the fan. Woo-hoo! It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So, again, I'm just like super hyped. These episode reviews are going to be real chill. Again, I'm just going to give you guys the high level overview. I'm not going to get super in depth because I want you guys to watch it for yourself. But take it from somebody who is the Bleach OG. You are going to love this series. You're going to fucking love it. Please go ahead and, support, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next week for episode 2. This is Shut Up the King, and I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.